Hey, good morning. It's day 6. It was pretty chilly last night. No wind until about 2 o'clock, and then a little bit woke me up, but it wasn't bad at all. So the sun is like coming right up, probably through the tent there. Oh yeah, you can see that, but it's there. Anyways, yeah, it's still kind of chilly. It's about 6:30 right now. I had my cup of coffee. Double checked everything. The first water is about 5.3 miles, it says, from where I'm at. And that's pretty sure there's water there. Pigeon Spring is supposed to be the good one, and that's about 7 miles. So 7 miles, and this is, or 5 miles, this is what I have left. That's my water. So this is, I'm still a little thirsty. That was full this morning. I've drinking that. I need a little more water. So yeah, it's probably the closest I've been to like I need more water. I was pretty dizzy last night. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. So hopefully we'll get a good, things will be okay once I get out and get moving around. So that was not great. It got cold. Yeah, so I was cold. So I actually put my Frog Talk pants on last night, that did the trick, right? That totally did the trick. Still adjusting my bag with all the straps and stuff, trying to get it just the way I want it. But other than that, it was a really good night. There was like zero wind early. It was super quiet. It was really chill. There's nothing. I haven't even heard a coyote. So, all right. So good morning for day 6. All right. All set. 7:10. Really good considering the nature call situation. Sun is just on me right now. I have my leggings on because it's cold. My thermometer said it was something like 35. I don't know. It doesn't have that bite. You know, when it gets into the 30s, it has the bite. So, looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. The dizzy stuff is gone. I think it's that quick turning and tossing at night that might kind of trigger it. I don't know. Anyway, that's my trail right there. And I can see it goes all the way across. It goes all the way across over here. So, and I think it goes up and over around as well. So we'll see. Chances are I'm wrong, but we'll be all right. So 5.3 miles or something like that to the first water, and there may be water there. I don't know, but I think there will be. So, all right, hike on. I suspect this is about, most of the snow that I'm going to see on the trail. Wow. Not expecting that. I mean, that means just a couple days ago, this was covered right here. Because once it's on the trail, people start walking on it and it breaks down pretty quick. I was going to put my gloves on because my hands are pretty cold, but that sun is like right there. And it's going to be chilly. Man, I can totally see the trail going across there. Somewhere I'm going to be going down there in these mountains. It's going to be gorgeous today. Whew. More snow on the trail. I'm beating a Cliff Bar, that's why it sounds so funny. It's kind of dry. You can see where I camped last night. Right in that little flat spot right there. So there definitely was a burn here, but they're not maintaining the trail. Not really sure what the deal with that is, but I don't know who I can ask. I'm kind of curious about why the rest of the trail is just like immaculate. It's weird. I feel like I'm in Oregon in the springtime on a trail that nobody's done anything with. We'll be in the sun pretty soon. Really beautiful. Yeah, I forgot to do this first thing this morning, and I forgot last night to give my hiking stats. Can't believe I did that. All the other stuff I had written down. but it's pretty easy to remember. So I had 22,000 steps. That's pretty good considering I would say at least 75% of the time I had my trekking poles with me. So the reality is a lot higher than that. And then calories, I actually said 4,000 even. So yeah, that's a lot of, whoa, that's a lot of calorie burn. What that was almost got me in the face. Oh, that's what that was. I've actually had to hike over a little bit of snow. It's kind of weird. Super crusty. So it must have been cold here last night. But I don't think it was freezing though. It just doesn't feel like it was freezing. Woo! This is the biggest stretch I've seen. Wow. Wow, that's crazy, man. It's desert. March. All right, I actually have to be a little careful here. Wow, I'm glad I got this on video. Nobody would believe it. All right. Got some nice big trees here too that are really nice. There's a nice airplane up there. Yeah, so this is had quite a bit of snow actually on the trail here. Hopefully this is the last bit here. But tell you the shoes I have, these new Ultras, these things with the Vibram sole, these things grip, and it's that hard crusty ice, snow. It's kind of nice being in the pines though. Most of it's just shrubbery type stuff. So it's nice when you see a lot of pine needles. All right, hike on. Just to give you some perspective, that's where I camped last night in that saddle. I basically come across, and now you can see that trail clearly. You can see the snow line on the trail right there. So a lot more snow than I was anticipating. And of course, I just come across here. All right, just past 8 o'clock. Still snow on the trail, incredible. I don't know if you can tell across the valley there, but there is a trail that's going up. So that means I'm gonna start probably going down. I don't know, but the water source is probably, in that canyon down there somewhere. So that's good, but that means you got to hike down to it unless the trail's just like perfectly designed, And more snow on the trail. Incredible. Yeah. I don't think there's water down here. I checked the GPS just a few minutes ago, and I haven't gone quite 2.5 miles. So I'm not even halfway there to that first water, which means I'm hiking about 2.5 miles an hour. So that's good, but oh well. So what's going to happen here when I make a turn in this canyon, I'm going to be in full sun. So I'm going to have to kind of switch my gear out here a little bit, fully sun up for the trek uphill. I have about a ½ liter water left, so I'm doing okay. I wish I had more, but it's what I have. All right, so this is pretty cool. I wasn't expecting this. We're a little saddle right here. So it just drops into this canyon right here. Well, there's a fence right there, but some cool features way down there. But now we're like right in front of the rock face right here. That's really nice. And then see, the trail just kind of goes through the saddle, and so I couldn't go any higher right here, right? So I'm gonna have to hike up a little bit there, and then it levels off. So this probably could have been a camping spot. In fact, I'm probably standing on the one right now. So I passed one other one just a little while back that was tucked in. So if you really needed to stop, because otherwise there's like no place to camp. Yeah, I kind of got poked by that thing a little bit. All right, I'm gonna switch out my gear and get some sun stuff on. All right, so I just finished switching everything out, but I don't know if you can see this, but way in the distance, it's like a fin dome kind of thing. It's right in the middle, but that definitely stands out there. That's pretty cool. So I'd show you that. All right, so did the switch out of the gear, which is, you know, really don't want to do that often because, you know, when you have your leggings on, to get your leggings off, you got to take your shoes off and your my outer shorts. So I got to do that on dirt. So I have my feet standing on my shoes with my socks on, trying to keep my balance, you know, doing all that. Somehow I did. I didn't get my balance without having to step on the dirt. So that was good. And then you know, I took the frog togs off. And then, you know, sunscreened up my legs, my nose, cheeks, a little bit. And you can probably, I don't know if you can tell, but now the wind's kicked up. So it's a little chilly right now, but I'm protected, I'm not cold. So I'm going about 2.5 miles an hour. I think that first water source, the probable water source, not for sure, it was either 5 or 5.3, which means I should get there 9:30 to 10. So, you know, the way I feel, I feel a little off this morning. It could be a combination of stuff. You know, usually when I get into camp, actually I drank a lot of water last night, but in the morning, I'll usually guzzle at least, you know, a half a liter. And I wasn't able to do that. I had a little bit of coffee, so I had a little bit of just plain water left. So, and then the whole, you know, motion thing. And then just the crappy, you know, trail in terms of watching out for stuff and everything. So it slowed me down. So to make 2.5 miles an hour, I'm pretty stoked about that because I could have gone a lot slower. So this trail right now is actually pretty nice. So I should make really good time on here. Even though I'm going uphill right now, it's not a steep uphill. A little uphill actually doesn't bother me at all. So pack's getting lighter, of course, because I have a little less than a half a liter of water. That's it, compared to 3 liters. And I am, you know, working down on the food too. So the pack rolls down a little bit easier. Pack's, you know, it's not so, you know, just perfect. You got to have it packed and all that. So, and it's for sure beautiful up here. And it's, you know, in its own way. That Four Peaks right behind me here it is really beautiful. You know, it's like right next to me, right? So I can see where I camped last night, way in the distance already. That makes me feel good. All right, so I got some little uphill here, and I think I'm just gonna keep cruising for a while. Stay stoked. I'll tell you, when the trail's nice, you can just cruise. This is great. Slightly downhill too. At least it feels like it. Woo! Still haven't seen another person. It's kind of weird. I would expect some thru hikers to catch up to me. I'm not doing the miles they are. And I do a lot of video, so I go relatively slow compared to most of them. But this is the difference it makes when you're not in the snow. There's not boulders. There's not like just crap in your way. You're not going upstairs or downstairs. I mean, this is just fantastic. Whew. All right, so this is where I camped last night. It's in a little saddle. I can't really tell because of the screen's not that bright. I got my glasses, but it's like right in the middle there, I think. Yeah, and then I, of course, went across and all that kind of thing. Oh, and that little fin dome thing is kind of poking right up above the saddle right there. Cool. Can you hear it? I could hear it before we got here. This is probably the best water source I see on the entire trail. Super clear. It's just like a nice little stream, those pools. So we're gonna cross it again up there, but because we're gonna start going. We're gonna kind of hike out of this a little bit. All right, so my plan, I'm gonna drink as much as I can. And I think it's just a couple of miles to the next Pigeon Spring, so I'm not gonna carry a ton of water. Feeling pretty good. Man, I'm loving this water. This water is it's like crystal clear. It's the best water ever. So I got a liter to make sure I get to that 3.7 miles. That should be no problem. I'm gonna put Celsius in that, give me a little boost. And I have about a half a liter. I'm gonna drink when I'm having my breakfast here. And I put little mineral salts in that. So that'll be cool. So my breakfast, I'm going for Pop-Tarts today. I'm going for comfort food. All right, 370 calories. That rocks. And it even has 3 grams of protein. Not even a loaf or a piece of bread. And then I'm gonna have Fritos. Why? Because I got a ton of Fritos and they're full of salt. And you know what? They taste really good too. So, so it's 3.7 miles, it says, to Pigeon Springs. And then I forget how far it is to the next one, which may be my goal today. I'm not really sure. We'll just see how the day goes. It's about 9:30 right now. So I'll be out here before 10. So for sure in Pigeon, I should get there. I should probably have lunch. I can fully water up there and then decide what I'm going to do for the afternoon. So far things are looking pretty good. This is just an amazing water source. I mean, this is like the best one, and it's not even on the map as a water source. That's how kind of messed up even the little app can be. We're going to look back at the campsite and all the way down here to the water source, the river. A guy cut up to me. His trail name is Sticks and Stones, and yeah, he's pretty stoked getting some water. There's a giant pool there. It's just not quite warm enough to get in that thing. The air is really chilly, so I bypassed the opportunity to wash up. You know, this doesn't feel so dirty now. Probably because I'm able to wash off my legs every night with the towelettes. But if I get a chance at Pigeon, I'll wash my legs off. Probably do a little laundry too. Woo! Still Roosevelt. Nice. It looks like I'm gonna be going level here. Nice. So it looks like I'm making a big turn to the left here, so I'm gonna leave this part. Right, I camped there. If you look close, you can see the trail in the snow, and then the closer trail in the snow. And there's a nice little feature right there, and just up the little canyon, right here. That's where the water is. So it's a crazy scramble going up to get back on the trail. But I think they wanted to get up and around this thing. And there must be something below me right here, because it drops, right off into the canyon. So let's see what's around the corner here real quick. Really have no idea. Looks like we're gonna switch back down a little bit. Probably because there's a bunch of rocks here. So I don't know where the trail is. There is, no, I don't know. Anyways, some kind of community way down there. So there must be some pretty serious features up above here, because some kind of rock stuff I can't see, because there's just like this giant rock river thing, and I'm crossing it right here. I'm crossing it. It just goes like way down. I don't know if you can see how big that is by me moving 3D or whatever, but that's crazy steep. All right, crazy steep. Let's go. All right. Can you believe this? The snow is just not stopping. It's probably the deepest snow I've hit. It's, you know, it's always on the north facing. So wow, I'm actually really surprised. Of course, I wasn't here when they had all the snowstorm a couple weeks ago either, but that's quite a bit. So I'm cruising pretty level, sometimes up, sometimes level, sometimes down. It's pretty cruisy except for just the unmaintained part of the trail. You know, pretty cool, huh? I mean, look at the, very different I'm used to. Well, it's about 10:45. We're clearly going downhill now. Kind of where I was, yesterday when we were going up through this kind of stuff. Trail maintenance still is non-existent here. This is so weird still. So the train's definitely changing back down into getting into more desert, but we're not going to drop super far down. Oh, I hear some voices in front of me. I heard some like shunking sounds. Maybe it's some trail maintenance people. Interesting. We'll find out. Okay, here they are. They don't know I'm videoing them yet. These guys are awesome. All right, so I talked to those guys. There must have been about 6 guys there. They're all between, I'd say, 55 and 65, maybe even 70. Yeah, about half a dozen of them. I told them about the trail. They're like, yeah, it's all volunteers. I told them, I said, well, I thought maybe once you got into the 4 Peaks, it was like off limits. You couldn't do maintenance. And they're like, no, And so I kind of told them what I saw and things like that. They're like, well, how far back does it go? I said, miles. So when I noticed it was when I first saw that sign that said, you know, you're entering 4 Peaks, kind of from that point on, that's when I remember it started to get really gnarly. Yeah, so, but they were actually moving rocks, like, you know, big rocks, a foot in diameter around, you know, rebuilding that section of the trail. I don't know if I should have told them this, but you know, what I prefer is a clear trail, not so much the rocks and all that. I can hike through anything, but I can't hike through thorns and bushes and cactus. Probably didn't want to tell them that because they were working their butts off. So yeah, they come out here every couple of weeks and do this. They said, I think there's no need for a gym when you got that. That's like true CrossFit right there. These guys are awesome. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see them first, and also for how old these guys were. So they're clearly retired. So that was a nice treat. They said there's a lot of water too, from just a lot of streams that are flowing that aren't normally flowing. So that's good. So we're pretty stoked on the water. All right, I'm assuming this is Pigeon Spring. I'm gonna check it out. But there's a lot of, look at that pool right there. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right, I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna have to plan out the rest of the day now. Here, it's 11 o'clock. It was too early for lunch, so it makes it a little trickier planning-wise. All right, well, that was not Pigeon Spring. That's Shake Spring or something like that. And there's a bear or something coming up, and then there's actually pigeon. So that was an incredible pool. But you know, I don't need the water right now. I was thinking about, I could fully just, you know, jump in that thing, that pool, and then I'd be hiking, I'd be warm. But you know, I don't feel filthy enough to do that, get stuff out of my pack and everything. So I think I'm gonna wait till Pigeon, which is less than 2 miles, and then that'll be about, it's gonna be before noon, but I'll kind of figure out my strategy from there. So the water that's flowing is just amazing right now. It's just incredible. Oh, I got some signage here. You see that? So we're on the Pigeon Trail. So the 4 Peaks Trail obviously goes up there. Interesting. So just past a young couples, must be in their early 20s. They were full of stoke and they were hiking in their long pants and going to the top, they said. I don't know exactly what that means. They had no water that I could tell. So there must be a trailhead coming up here. They looked really spry. So just out for the day. It's good to see them outside. It's awesome. It's a pretty section here. All the space in between the trees. Super nice. These are the kind of places I love to camp. Get up on the hill where it's flat. That'd be super cool. And then quickly down in the valley, it's a harsh desert. That's the end of the lake right there. All right, so what do you think? It's a freshly... I just passed another one. What do you think's in there? I don't know, man. Huh. It's a pretty good sized hole. I wonder if there's another one over there. Hike is really delightful right now. Those guys have obviously maintained a trail here, and it is just so cruisy right now. Love it. This is over the top. You really don't need this. Huh. Yeah, there was 2 holes. That was the smaller one. There was one in front of it that was before that was bigger. Wow. I'd much rather they cut brush than do this. Whew. Getting close to Pigeon Springs. I think it's within a mile. It's 11:30 right now, so clearly my stops video has slowed down my miles per hour here because it's been a really super nice trail. Love this kind of forest. You know, it's just super nice. Did some crushing some uphill here and turned around and looked what's behind me. Whole different view of the peaks. Whew. So I saw, I think, a car up at the top of this ridge somewhere up here. So that's gonna be interesting. So it looked like there was a trailhead sign too. So I think it's after the spring though. I don't know yet. Nice trail though. Some kind of signage here. If I had to guess, would be entering Four Peaks. Four Peaks Wilderness in the Tonto National Forest. Man, I'd love to see a map that had all the national forests and then the wilderness areas within the forest. Just not sure how that all works. Very confusing to me. So there's a road up there. I think that's where I saw a car. Got a little bit of signage up here. Yeah, it gets kind of confusing here, doesn't it? Oh, Pigeon Spring. All right. Well, I don't hear anything. So, my guess is it's here. Oh yeah, right here. Oh, look at that. Whew. Man, not nearly as good as that other water, but oh, there's a couple of them here. Ooh, this one looks a lot cleaner. Yeah. Wow. Good spot to relax for a little bit. I'm gonna have to kind of wash off though. That's gonna be tricky. You won't be able to soak in there. Don't want to do that. All right, well, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do the rest of the day. All right, so it's just 1 o'clock on the nose, about an hour stop. It takes me about, when you're getting water from a trough, it took me about a good 25 minutes to get 3 liters fully filled. So the next water, some spring, I forget what it's called, Pine something spring. It is 9 miles away. So I don't want to have to make that today. That means if I hike till 4, if I hike till 5, 2 miles an hour, it gives me what, 5 times 2, that's 10 miles, so I can make it. But if the trail's like it was yesterday afternoon, there's no way I'm gonna make it. So don't know. What that means is, instead of carrying 2 liters, I'm carrying 3, so I'm fully loaded up. Sucks, man. You can fully tell the pack's heavy because of that. But who knows, we could be a lot of level or some down and everything will be fine. But right now, my pack's full with 6.6 gallon or 6.6 pounds of water, 2.2 pounds per liter. So that's a lot. I can feel it, but the food is definitely depleting now, I can tell. So that's really, really good. Should be a lot lighter because I only got 2 days, about two full days of food now. But I got way too much food. Anyways, so that's my goal, is to see if we can make that. You can probably hear there's ATVs or something around here. So I gotta make sure I'm actually on the right trail. Pretty sure I am. Anyways, talked with the gentleman earlier that I saw at the water place, First Water. Great conversation. I'll tell you about that later. I might see him tonight. We'll see. These are such sweet signs. These are like the best burned area. You know, the areas before the burn area were way worse in terms of burn. So I don't know what that's all about. It's kind of a little more about the trails. There's a Fission trailhead. Snakes. Oh, cool. Yeah. So 87, I think that's where that's my pickup. It's Highway 87 right there. About 20, what's that, about 25, 24 miles from here? That sounds about right. Okay. Hike on. Well, we're on this trail for a while here. Past at least 3, 4-wheelers, pretty cool. And so I'm looking back here. I'm still, I have not dropped elevation-wise, I don't think. I'm not sure what I'm at right now, but that's pretty cool. Look at that, I got the whole lake, just about. So I'm on this for not too long. I don't even think a mile, which suits me fine if the trail is maintained. So the trick here is you got to be constantly looking where the actual trail departs this road. So I have to be really careful about that. But I have my maps and all that, but I hate to keep looking at it and pinging the GPS because that burns battery. And I don't want to be doing that. The battery needs to last all the way till Saturday afternoon. For this and the rechargeable. So this is for the road committee where I live. This is the kind of cutout we need on our roads. This is serious. Check that out. Woo. All right, cattle grade coming up. And in a little bit we cut off. All right, I go someplace. I'm not sure where here. Well, so a couple of those the 4-wheelers, you saw they went by me. Those are just a couple of them. There must be a very popular spot right here. And then there was a truck was coming by, and I kind of waved to them. They rolled down the window. This gal had her legs up on the dashboard, and her husband was back there driving, and they were like, "Hey, everything good?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's great." They're like, "Do you need anything? Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." Like, "Well, great. Have a great day." Super nice. Like, "Are you sure you're okay? Do you need anything?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." What's another way of saying, like, "What the hell are you doing out here?" And then there was a guy on a BMW motorcycle who I just talked to. I went up to him. I said, man, what are you doing out here? It's just the two of us. And he's all, I'm caching water. I'm like, what? Yeah, me and my daughter were going to hike part of the trail from Roosevelt to Sunflower. And I said, well, the streams are pretty good now. You probably don't have to cache anything. And so he was glad to hear that, but he's caching anyways. So that was pretty cool. Talked to him for a little bit. Nice guy. He's probably my age or older. So I said, yeah, it's a pretty long slog, 3,700 feet with the water cache in the middle. So he wasn't aware of the water cache, so he doesn't know about the app, which was, I don't know, man, I don't know how I could do that without the app. Anyways, I'm still on the road. I should cut off here in a little bit, but I did look at the app a little closer, and I am on the trail for a little while. I'm on the road for a little while. So, yeah, definitely back in the desert, that's for sure. Normally I wouldn't just video this, but we got a couple cool features. We have this little head thing, which must be watching over the communications tower right there. Oh, there's only one. That's a plant on the right. There's the tower. There's a cool little building on the bottom there too. That's pretty neat. I wish I could go in. I've never been inside one of those. I'm really curious, like what do they look like? Still on the trail here. Should be cutting off soon. I've been saying that, but yeah. Oh yeah, now you can see it. Good shot. Whew. Yeah. Nice. Whew. So I'm still on this road. I think I'm on this road for quite a while, but it's been pretty stark. But we went up and I'm going back down. There's a nice little campsite right here, and I can see that there's others back there. There's supposed to be good campsites all around here. The app said. Yeah, but look at all the nice trees and everything now. I'm in this nice little sweet area. It's just beautiful. I haven't seen anybody on this particular road, but I did. I saw a number of people on the other road. There's a little creek right here. I won't say that's a creek, but there is water right there. It's coming from someplace. Huh. Yeah, it looks really pretty right out here. It's too bad the trail's not going through that. It's really nice. Although this is nice walking though, I'm making really great time. I think I should make it to that next water source, Pine something. Yeah, look at that, more water. Huh. Sun's hot, that's for sure. Back of my left cab looks red and kind of blotchy, but I put a bunch of sun stuff on at lunchtime, so around 2 o'clock I'll put some more on, 2:30. But a lot of it just because of heat and just because of dirt too, although I cleaned them off pretty good last night. So yeah, it's really pretty cool territory right here. Probably full of snakes when it's warm though. Oh, here we go. Woo! Guy's about my age. They said, yep, you're on the right trail. There's a guy in front of you. I said, that's good. I know who that is. So I'm looking back on the road. It's not quite 3 o'clock yet, 2:45, something like that. But that's looking back at the mountain. So, man, I've got a long way again today. I don't think I'm gonna hit 20 miles, but I'm gonna be over 15 though, I think. For sure, 17, 18, something like that. If I go to the spring, which that's my goal. I'm gonna try and make it all the way to that spring. That'll really set me up for a really epic Friday, which would be pretty cool. All right, it is now 3:07, and I'm that sounds too weird. 3.7 miles away. I better check that. It's 3.4 maybe, something like that. Anyways, it's about 3.5 miles to the water where I'll camp. See, there's water all over. Anyways, so at 3.5 miles, let's say it's 4 miles, 2 miles an hour, that's 2 hours. I'll get there by 5. So I'll get there for sure by 5, which is great if I can keep this pace up, which I should. I have them going up. GPS said I'm over 6,000 feet right now. So I dropped, went back up, dropped, all that kind of thing. And I figured it must have been pretty high because there's a little, there's a little kind of little water running across the road and everything. I look to the side and there's like snow. Yeah, crazy. So, look at it here. You thought, well, Craig, you're putting me on, right? Check that out. Side of the road. 6,000 feet in March. Yeah, in the desert. Get that. Anyway, so looking pretty good. I'm optimistic that I'm going to make it. Should make for a really great tomorrow and a really, really awesome Saturday hiking in too. So I'm excited about it. I have plenty of water. I've been drinking the electrolytes and all that like crazy. Seems excessive, but I have the water and I'm sure I need it. According to the P-test, I am fully hydrated. And I'm gonna have some peanuts right now, so I'll get a little snack here, my afternoon snack. I always have something. So that should get me in at the camp here in a couple hours. So it's all looking good. Super beautiful. You can't see beyond the trees. There is the mountain though, the 4 peaks. I'm getting pretty far away from that. You can still see Roosevelt, but you gotta look back to see Roosevelt too now. Well, just went around a turn and saw this really epic view. Maybe the trail goes down there, don't know. There's definitely some pines, but it's just gorgeous. There are a ton of camp spots that I just walked by. I mean, it's just a really nice place. Man, look at the canyons right there. That's just, wow, I wonder if I'm going over there. Super nice. So I just did a quick check of the map because I'm really curious, and it looks like, well, I'm about 5,900 right now. The spring is at 54, and so I think that I do kind of cut across this valley and go up a little bit into one of those pine areas. So that's really beautiful. So I'm gonna go for the whole thing. There's snow all around me right now again. This is crazy. No, I don't think I'm gonna go this way, so I want to get this video while I'm up high, but look at that, man. That just looks like death, heat, no water, mayhem rules. That's just, oh gosh, that is just scary looking. Big, tall peaks and valleys. What I think we're gonna do is where's the trail? There we go. So I think we're gonna do that. And then I don't think we're gonna go down. I think we're gonna go up into there. There's some pines right there. Could be wrong, and there's a trail that goes all the way up and over the ridge there. We'll see. All right, we are at, was it Pine Spring or whatever? It's 4:30. Hey, what's your trail name again?
Sticks and Stones.
Oh yeah, how do I fit that? Sticks and Stones. Okay, he's got to hear this too. Okay, he left at least a half hour before I did. Fully caught up to him about 15 minutes ago. I saw him like way ahead of me, so I just kicked on the burners because I knew we were getting close. So
what a day!
Yeah, what a day! I don't even know how many miles I've gone yet. I got to add it up. So this is our water right here. But of course, I don't need any because I'm carrying, 3 liters. So I got an extra special workout today. So we're gonna camp around here. There's camp spots everywhere around here.
Nice and flat. Oh, is that yours?
Oh yeah, my chapstick on the ground. Look at that. All right, so I'm doing the check-in. See the Garmin there. And I got my little spot right here. Pickup 6 has got, he's way ahead of me, of course, just like Gabrielle, he's all done. But I was actually washed the back of my legs and they're still slimy. I have so many layers of stuff on there. All right, so we're gonna set her up. Oh, there's the water source right there. That's how big it is. All right, it is dinner time. So tonight, I had some beef top ramen. It's actually, I already stirred it once, but it's in here. It's this cool little bag that Gabrielle got me. It keeps stuff in here like incredibly warm, like forever. So I already stirred it once. Well, this is my new spork, by the way. This thing works really good. I decided to use the spork instead of just a regular like bamboo spoon. Because I'm using some different stuff like the peanut butter and all the spreading, and it's just, I needed something but I could like dig in and all that. Anyways, well, I got something different too, man, for dinner. I had sorry, I already ate it. Can you read that? The cheese. Oh, it's upside down. Anyways, it's the cheese and peanut butter, you know, those little crackers and stuff that taste really good that are just full of artificial flavoring. It probably makes my teeth look bright orange. So those are really good. So I got one of those. And it was really nice. And then if I'm still hungry, I'm going to have this. I've never seen these bars, this IQ bar. They're pretty good. I had one last night. 12 grams of protein, a little bit of sugar. Brain nutrients. It has magnesium, vitamin E. I don't have no idea what MCTs are. Has that. Flavonoids. Oh, that's real scientific. And whatever, I don't know, some other stuff. Anyways, so it's not very filling. Doesn't feel like there's a whole lot in there. 1.6 ounces. That's probably why. But it has 250. Anyways, I'm always looking out for new bars because you got to have different bars or you start to hate the bars. Like, I'm so tired of Cliff bars, but they're everywhere. I really do still like the macadamia nut ones, but I don't see those that often. So that's kind of what my dinner is like right now. So I'm gonna have some dinner, then I'll give the daily stats and all that kind of stuff. All right, hey, this is the evening, nighttime thing for day 6, and I have one more full day of hiking tomorrow, and then Saturday morning I actually hike out. So I'll talk about that at the very end because there's a little twist to it, which makes it a little more interesting, and coordination-wise and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, so today, it was a 16-mile day today, which was really good. 16's, it'd be really tough to do 20 here. It really would. And that's mainly because it's the heat and the trail. But the trail, as you saw, started off, there was incredible amounts of snow, really more than expected throughout the entire day, even near the very end. But the trail was just really cruddy maintained. Yeah, and I got to meet, as you saw, I got to meet some of the trail maintenance guys, talk to them for a little bit. But what I didn't tell them was that because they were working on with big rocks and making the trail, you know, nice with rocks and stuff. What I really wanted to say was, hey, I don't care about the rocks. What I care about is so I can walk without scraping myself up. So it's the clearing of the trail and the thorns and stuff like that. That's the most important thing. And the second type thing is switchbacks. Switchbacks is what we need. And the other thing is don't build stairs. They're dangerous going down and they just burn your legs up going up. So that's what I wanted to say. I should actually send them like a little email or something because the trail people are just amazing individuals and they're super hardy and strong. It's just a weird kind of unique combination and skill and really just a desire to completely volunteer, you know, kind of thing. Anyway, so 16 miles. So see, I started at 5,692 and we're camped now at 5,500. So, you know, we didn't drop a whole bunch, but it went down and went back up. But mostly it was generally pretty much a downhill day, which is great. That's why I didn't use my trekking poles very much today. And so my steps are higher than usual because when I use my trekking poles, it's like you basically do twice as many steps than what's recorded because of the way I use my trekking poles. So for the stats, I remembered to get this time is that I came out with 32,000 steps, and that's, yeah, it still says 32,000 steps. And so yesterday, I did 14 miles, a little bit less, and I only came up with 22,000 steps. So that's because a lot, and a lot of it was uphill yesterday. So I lost out big time on my steps. Anyways, calories, I'm at just about 3,200. Yesterday I had 4,000. So yesterday there was a ton of uphill yesterday, so that's why I just had some more. So still, I'm pretty stoked on that. What's that? 30. I said 31, about 3,200. So I've used some calories just sitting around here at dinner time doing stuff. Sorry, message on the phone here because I'm recharging while I'm actually doing the video right here. So let's see what else happened. Bad trail for about half of it. Once we got onto to a road, which usually you don't like road walks, but this was, I didn't mind it because I could really cruise. I got to meet some of the guys doing the four-wheel drive stuff. They would stop and they'd say hi, and that was kind of fun. And they're like super stoked to be up here. So it just like spreads the stoke. So I really like that. And they're super courteous too. Nobody has gone by me and gone, wah, just, shot the dirt up at me. No. I get out of the way and they purposely slow down. So I'm really stoked about that. Great views. One thing I've noticed today is that the stark differences in the views, because you have the mountains high, ecosystem totally changes. You got the mid-desert kind of area, or there's just a lot of brush and stuff like that. And then you just have like the raw heat burning desert. And I've been able to go through all three of those. So tomorrow I'm actually going to drop. I'm going to drop down to 3,300 feet. So that's a few thousand feet. So it's going to probably start to warm up. It's pretty cold here right now. Like last night it was cold. I'm counting on it being really cold. So it's just the difference between, just those ecosystems. I personally really love, whether it's high or low, I love the kind of high pine forest where there's a lot of space between the trees. For some reason, personally, I love that. That's like my favorite thing. So I mentioned this before, but water, because it's so rare, water drives all the planning. Everything is planned around water. Like with the JMT, it was all about, you wanted to make sure you got right close to the pass because you wanted the snow hard. You wanted it like not melted, so your micro spikes would just stick, and then you could just basically run on the ice and snow. And the Colorado Trail is you want to get close to where you're going to go up to a pass or to where you're going to do a lot of ridge walking so you can get down before the rain might start, which can start every day around 1 to 3. So this is not like that. This is all about where the water's, and it drives everything. So, I wasn't sure I was going to make it to this campground where there's water. So I carried 3 liters, but really all I really needed was 1.5 liters, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it. So I carried an extra, 5 pounds, which you can feel that. You can feel 3 liters of water. It makes a huge difference. So that kind of sucks, but it drives everything. There's a saying that you pack your fears. And so my fear was running out of water. And one of my other fears is getting wet. That's why I have a nice Dyneema tent that's completely waterproof. So you pack your fears and you pay. If you can, you pay money for that. My balance. My balance got better and better today. My left ear wasn't clogged today. And so I was super happy about that because at night, if I just got up, sat up, it felt weird. I'm like, oh my gosh, it shouldn't be like this. So morning was a little strange, but then as the day got on, I got better and better, and now it seems to be back to normal right now. So I'm super, super stoked about that. Personally, that's a super big deal for Craig because I like to be outside, and it's tough to be outside when you get a little motion sickness. So I did a super strong hike today. So Sticks and Stones, he left at least like a half hour before I did, and he's he hikes like he's trying to do 25-mile days. But I don't have to do that. So I can just push really hard if I want to and like destroy my body because I don't have to keep going for 40 days kind of a thing. In the Colorado Trail, we were very serious about that. We don't burn yourself out. Don't hurt yourself because you got a long ways to go. I don't have to do that. So when I saw him up on a hill, I saw him down in the valley here. I'm like, I think I can catch him. So I cranked it in gear and I finally did catch him. So that was pretty fun. But he's gonna do 25 miles tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do 13. See, there's a big difference. So I want to put that in perspective. So tomorrow, yeah. Oh, so I'm camping with Sticks and Stones. So he's in the same general campsite right now. He's got the same tent. So we've had some really cool conversations. He's on the PCT. He did the PCT the same year that me and Gabrielle did the JMT with all the snow, except we did that starting in, I think it was the middle to late July. He started the PCT in March. So he entered the Sierras in May, and he went straight through with this group of people. So he was doing in May what me and Gabrielle did in July, which is mind-blowing. So it was completely snow covered. I can't even imagine what he went through. But he loved it. He loved it. So that's really good to hear that. So, I got to wash a little bit today. I know. That's because usually where I'm camping, I'm dry camping. And the air has always been really cool, even though the sun's been really hot. So, but today there's a little stream here. It's flowing water where we're camped. So I actually washed my legs off. I washed my legs off and got my feet nice and clean. So my legs, they're still kind of slimy after I rubbed them really good with my washcloth, or actually one of my buffs. My hanky buff is what I use for my washcloth. And not only does it clean that, it cleans me. So, but my legs feel a lot better. I got some of that red blotchy stuff again today, even though I put a ton of sunscreen on. And I cleaned my legs with like wipes last night. So my legs are just getting brutalized by the dirt and the multiple layers of sun stuff and then just the sun and heat. So they should be fine. We figured that one out on the Colorado Trail. So, all right. So tomorrow, I am only, where am I? The pickup, oh shoot, it's about 12 miles from here, something like that. Or actually maybe 10 or something like that. So, but the way the water is that I can go past where I'm gonna get picked up. And there's a 300-foot climb, and then there's water up there. And so I can actually camp, and that will give me, I did the math, it's going to give me a 13-mile hike tomorrow. The last 300 will be uphill, but from here to there, it's like over 2,000-foot drop. So it's going to be, it's basically all downhill till the very end. And then I'll have some water at the end. So there's multiple places to get water tomorrow, so I'm not going to have to carry 3 liters, which dramatically increases your hike speed when you carry a lot of water. Yeah, so that create a little, some of you get my check-ins, right? I send a message in the morning, at breakfast, lunch, and then where I camp. And you get like an email that gives me, where I'm actually located. Well, I added the trail angel, Sally, who's like my trail angel for this trip. And well, imagine if you get a check-in that says the guy you're going to pick up is past you the night before. She could think, oh man, Craig messed up. Like, where are we going to actually meet? So I sent her a message tonight that said, hey, Sally, when you see my check-in tomorrow night, everything's okay. I'm gonna camp north of the pickup, and Saturday morning I'm gonna hike back down. So, and she reads her email at least once a day, I notice. So I think we're gonna be okay on that. I don't want to create a bunch of confusion. So anyway, so that's about it for day 6. It's pretty chilly right now. So I'm going to do a ton of stretching. I did a ton of stretching last night, but I forgot to take ibuprofen last night, and that makes a big difference because I just worked the crap out of my body yesterday. But I already took some tonight, so I should be able to go to sleep a lot better. So that's it from Craig for the Arizona Trail for day 6. Good night.